Alright, and welcome back. So my name is Avia Vulpes and I am a tech-focused VTuber. And I'm back once more doing a crafting stream. This time building Chaos Space Marine Legionaries. So, a little bit of backstory here. When I first started collecting Warhammer 40,000 back when I was in school, my first army was Chaos Space Marines. I did them up as Iron Warriors, and following on from basically how I found building these Skitarii for Adeptus Mechanicus last time, I decided to give Chaos Space Marines a try because I've been kind of getting back into them as well and try to see how they compared to Adeptus Mechanicus stuff. So depending on how I feel, I might actually end up doing Iron Warriors as my main army and maybe continue collecting Adeptus Mechanicus as the second army. Yeah, I've bought this box of Legionaries just to kind of make a start because, like the Mechanicus, we're still waiting on the new stuff to be announced. I mean, so far, it's only the Tyranids that they've actually announced what the new stuff is for. Well, actually, no, they just announced Space Marines as well, actually, what the new stuff for them is. Yeah, Chaos Space Marines, it looked like it's going to be coming next spring. So, yeah, got quite a few months to wait for these guys to get their refresh, but either way, it's most likely that the Legionaries will be remaining as is. So, I figured it would be pretty safe to buy a pack of these and then build them up. So, let's just get this out and let's have a look. I mean, I've already had a look during the week when I wasn't streaming. So I've got the transfer sheet here. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to be using any of these because what I've also done is ordered a bunch of stuff. Well, I've ordered a pack of heads and shoulders for Iron Warriors from Forge World. So they're Horus Heresy ones, but I think they're going to work really well for this because they've got the Iron Warriors look to them for the helmets, and then for the shield, yeah, the shoulder pads have got the actual Iron Warriors skull in 3D. So I'm not going to be putting any heads or left shoulders on any of these miniatures today. So we've got the manual here. So yeah, you can kind of see all the different options we've got. I think I'm primarily going to stick with the plain shoulder pads for the right shoulders on most of these, but I'm going to look at doing a couple of these. Like, I think that one looks good. I might do one or two of the skulls and the arrows, and then yeah, none of the helmets because I've got a set coming. So yeah, there's quite a few different options for we can do squad leader, a couple of melee focused ones like yeah, bolt pistol and chainsword, or you can do bolters and then heavies as well. Interestingly, when I was looking at the index cards, so this is basically 9th edition stuff because they haven't refreshed the stuff for 10th yet. I didn't see the rocket launcher as an option on these, so I'm probably going to leave the rocket launcher off on this squad. And I said I did see, it's presumably in here somewhere, yeah, the heavy bolter. So that does seem to be an option on the index cards. Actually, the plasma gun I think was an option as well. So I'm going to look at doing those, maybe a flamer or two. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking at. Likely won't be doing the full squad today, but at least, you know, trying to at least get 1 miniature as close to done as I can. But I mean, I've only got 2 hours, so it took me 4.5 to do the last one. Although I said there's should be, I don't think it's going to be as much in terms of different colours. I've only brought out 4 paints. Just quickly show off the paints. Got shining silver, black, gold, and yellow. So it's 2 metallics, 2 mattes. That should be all I need for Iron Warriors. Bases are 32mm as opposed to the Adeptus Mechanicus, which I pulled out my Skitarii Alpha. So his is 25mm, so you can see the difference on the base size hopefully. And then I can get, actually, you know, I'll just go out, I could need to get one out anyway. How do you get into it? Yeah, there you go. Is that how much of a size difference there is for the Skitarii versus the Chaos Space Marine Legionaries? Yeah, another good view there. So anyway, these are the sprues. I'll leave this up there now. So looks like you've got weapons and cores and a couple of heads. Quite a few heads actually. Yeah, actually. You've got jump packs, or power packs actually, these aren't jump packs. There's your rocket launcher, chain swords, kind of iconography for the leader, a few arms and stuff. And then this one's all your legs, your shoulder pauldrons, a few more weapons. Yeah, that's what we're making. So, okay, looking in here. So there's this for the leader, yeah, the champion. There's 4 different options basically. There's like plasma pistol and power fist, bolt pistol, chain sword, plasma pistol and axe, and bolt pistol and chain sword, but with a different body. Yeah, I think you can mix and match all of these, but this is kind of the one I'm going to go for, I think. So I really like the axes, and I like the plasma pistols as well. Even though I think they do have a possibility of actually, which with plasma weapons, if you roll a 1, they actually blow up on you. Anyway, let's start with, actually let's, I guess I've got to figure out which core, which legs and core to go for. Well, like that one actually, that core. Well, that's 7. I don't know if there's. I'm sure you must be able to mix and match the arms in that. Yeah, there's a, yeah, those are the same ones. So, right, so yeah, let's go for 4. Yeah, start with 105 and 104. Actually, what I'm going to do is start with. Goes away. But since I've got 2 the legs, the camera can be better. I think. Actually no, it's more in the way. Yeah, that'll do. Try a little bit more. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't interfere with the camera from the VTubing too much. Right, so yeah, what I'll do, get a load of black out. Just mix it up a bit first. Getting quite low on black now, so I'm going to order some more, but I'm interested to see how the Vallejo stuff works versus the army painter stuff that I'm using at the moment. Use one of these to get a bit of water in to thin it. Leave that in there. It's one of my cheap brushes, so I'm not too worried about it. I've got good quality ones now that I'm trying out, which work a lot better. So I'm going to start getting this on as a sort of base coat now while they're on the sprues. I know I'm going to have to do some cleanup after. Painting on the sprue is never going to leave a perfect miniature, but when I was playing around with it with the Skitarii, I found it actually made things a lot easier, so yeah, I'm going to go with it. There's nothing I kind of wish that I'd done, and what I'm probably going to start doing on the aircraft kits that I've got now. It's doing the space code, because I feel like the paint is a lot better when you've got this on. It's interesting when you look at these sprues how these models are all set up. Because it used to be, back when I first made these, you have the top halves, the legs would all be pre-done. You wouldn't have any choice on how the legs were actually set up. And then you put the heads and arms on. And that was it, but now they kind of pre-pose them for you. So to be fair, there's not many of these. Yeah, see, like here, so you've got somewhere where the legs are complete, and these ones here where the legs are in halves. We never had that before when I was building them. I guess it does give you more options for how you want to pose them and set them up, but it just kind of feels like they're like pushing you in a certain direction with them. One of the things I did always enjoy previously was actually like how to pose them and try to figure out how to get it all unique, because where they're so simple, it actually wasn't that difficult to do the poses on them. Of course, this step is where an airbrush would be really handy, but I don't really have an airbrush and I don't really have the money for one. nor do I really have the setup for one either, so yeah, I'm stuck with brush painting for now. To be fair, once you get the hang of brush painting, I don't think it's so bad. It is a bit tedious and does take quite a while, but I think once you get used to it, you can figure out flows for it. Like for instance, this batch painting method. You get stuff done beforehand and just do it all in once, which not only saves you paint, because that's the thing I found when I was Skitarii, I was always putting out too much paint and it always dried up, so I actually ended up wasting a lot of the paint. This is another change from when I was doing the kits previously. They never had weapons already mounted to the hands. You literally just had the two hands, or the two arms. One was that palm out to hold the weapon, goes in the grip. Then you had to actually cut the grips off the weapons in order to stick them on, which I didn't realise at first. And so, yeah, my earlier models, I think I went back and corrected them. But on my earlier models, the guns were literally just placed on top of the hands. So I didn't understand about it was okay to cut parts off and modify them when assembling. I kind of assumed it was like this, where it's just all pre-done. It's all drying really fast today because it's so hot here right now. UK's in a bit of a heat wave. And yeah, in my flat it's so the thermometer next to me is saying 29 degrees Celsius. Which I don't know exactly how accurate that is, because I've got a few different thermometers around here and they all read a few degrees different. Yeah, one of them's going to be right, so it's kind of somewhere between 26 and 30 at the moment in here, which is pretty hot. Unfortunately, it's making it difficult to sleep at night at the moment. I do have a fan on that's helping keep me cool, and I'm using one of those cooling blankets, which definitely helps. It's definitely better than having a summer duvet on. What you could say sleeping with no covers on is arguably better. I find that I do need something over me just to help me sleep. For some reason, sleeping just completely exposed just feels too weird. I think this one that I'm painting now is the melter gun, which is another one of the heavy weapon options. I get some paint in that gap? I did. Must have just been the way the light was hitting it. That was the regular bolters. The mainstay weapon for both the Chaos and the non-Chaos Space Marines. And this one's a bolt pistol. Starting to run through all the paint now. Going to refill shortly. More bolters. This is interesting. So these bolters have all got magazines that kind of hang loosely down. There's this one which looks like it's a bolter as well. Has a what's that? Maybe a bit of hot glue. There's looks like it's got a barrel magazine, or no, drum magazine, sorry. Yeah, look at all of these, like that one there. Versus that one. So it's the same weapon, they're both bolters. But, yeah, slightly different magazine. Into another bolt pistol. So yeah, I'm not going to be using every single thing that I'm painting here. So I don't even know how many close combat focus ones I'm going to be doing. Probably do like 2 or 3, one of which will be the champion. And the rest will be ranged focused, because I personally, as a player, I'm more into the ranged combat than melee. I'll do some melee units just to have some variety and just to kind of cover my bases for any battles I might play, but yeah, typically I prefer ranged, which is why previously I did also play the Tau, because they're like the most range focused unit in the game, well, the most range focused army I should say in the game. I think the black is just about to run out now, so I'm going to give the brush a wash and then pour some more out. Yeah, making good progress on the first sprue. That stuff's already dry and looking very clean actually. That slightly watered down black coat has actually done really well. I wanted to go fresh water because this is already very dark and it's hard for the light as I'm washing down the brush. I don't know if that's actually the paint from the water or from the brush. Let's get some more water quick. I think that was all coming from the water because just wash this off and no longer traying black paint. The brushes are a bit darkened where the black paint is clearly absorbed into them, but I think for now that's going to be fine. Might need that soaking a bit longer just because it's fraying slightly. Different brush to water this one down. Though rather than having a can of drink out, I put it in a glass. And it's been, what, about 35 minutes? All the ice I put in there has melted completely. It's actually warming up a bit, so I think I'm going to have to, you know what, I am going to put some more ice in. I need a more drink on today, like today. Yeah, we'll see how long this lasts. Anyway. Now continue base coating. What I might just do is just to get on with things. Once I finish this sprue, I'll just focus on the stuff that I'm going to do for the champion. Just so I can get that out of the way. Otherwise, if I do base coats on all of this, that's going to be like the entire stream. I do want to get some assembly done today. A few more parts to do now. If I just like some of the champion stuff is already here. Like this is the champion torso that I'm going to be using. So there's the axe and the plasma pistol, which is what I'm going to go for. What do you think of the axe? I've been trying to decide what leader unit to go for my army for now. Eventually I'm going to get a whole mix, get a few different leaders, but I think for the main one, we're going to get a Warp Smith and a Chaos Champion. Or Chaos Lord, sorry. Because the Lord is really good for inventory. Looking at the index cards, there's a bunch of dark pacts and skills that, well, actually I don't know if they're dark pacts, but there's something like abilities that benefit inventory. And then the Warp Smith is good for vehicles. Yeah, eventually I'll probably get looking at quite a few others as well, just to give myself a bit of flexibility for games. The thing about I'm probably need to get a couple more paints out for these. Didn't take into account things like the handles, and also I'm probably going to want to do the axe and the axe head in a different colour to the rest of the armour. Yeah, I might have to get a couple more paints. Right, 2 more weapons, both plasma pistols. And then the flamer. And then this sprue will be base coated. So again, I'm not doing the helmets on these because I've got Forge World ones on the way. So I'm only putting those on the other models. And the same with the left shoulder pads. I'll wipe something off on the axe there. Or maybe it was that ammo thing. I don't know. Do need to get something a bit taller to hold the water in. Just so there's more water to absorb the paint, so it doesn't go dirty so quickly. I've noticed the official GW ones are like pretty tall. I'm never getting one of those, but I don't know yet. These pots do the job well enough. These are old. You can get these little cheesecakes that come in these pots. They're really, really tasty. And yeah, I just keep the pots aside because they're like the perfect size to do stuff. I use them for lots of small little things, so it's kind of what I do. Okay, 104 and 105, which I don't think is on this sprue. There's a 105 there. There's a 104. Just get these painted up just so I've got them base coated, and then I'll probably snip them off and assemble them to do the proper coat. So that's it actually. There's no real designs I'm doing that's going to go across the sprues or across the parts. Might be able to get away painting them as they are. this one next. Yeah, I think I'm going to clip these off and paint these, because trying to do the front edges here, at least on this one, kind of awkward to get to. The front needs to be filled. Lock the camera there. So start with 104 and 105, two things I just did. Okay, paint's still a little bit wet, so I need to leave that to dry for a moment. How do you get them placed down then? Where's this one? How will the torsos on? Oh yeah, 106 is the one that I want here. Went flying, but luckily not too far. Yeah, I can see some spots that still need a bit more base coat on. Really hard to tell sometimes what's a grey spot I need of a base coat, touch up, and then what's actually just light reflecting off the paint. Well, I think I've got that pretty thoroughly covered now. Yeah, I need to wait for that to dry. So what I might do is go ahead, so what I do is we have two different plasma pistols. It's one with the horns above and below, and one with the little blade below. I might go for that one, I think. That's one of the weapons. I need an arm, which is 107, which is not on this screw. That's all I think. And on this one, yeah. There's that arm there. In fact, it's the other arm. That's 108, so that's those two. So I can get those base coated. These two. And then this one I go for one of the fancy shoulders on because this is the champion. I want something to really help the champion stand apart from the others. I mean, the weapons will obviously be one thing, but kind of want something a bit more beyond just the weapons. Do them while waiting for those to dry. Put these over here for now. I'll base coat all the roller pads. Studied all the plain ones. I'll just get all of them done, I guess. I think I'm going to need some more black paint in a moment. Actually, that's a pretty fancy one, with the skull actually coming down over the end of the pad. I might do that one with the champion. a bit more shoulder pads on this side to get done. These ones I find stippling really helps to help get the paint on some of the harder to reach areas. Might have a little bit more black paint. Let's carry on. It goes really watery actually. Yeah, that was definitely a lot more watery than the previous coats were. I think I'll get a little bit more black in there just to thicken it. Also tell how low that black is getting now, because I'm getting less out with the degrees. That is all the shoulder pads. Nope, two more. And then I will still do the back side of them. Turn them over then. And do this side. Don't need to worry so much about the insides of them, it's just these kind of raised parts that you might see. really the tedious part, painting these, or base coating these shoulder pads. All these little indented parts around the edge done. Getting there though. I'll show you the bottom row done. Got all of these ones now. Since I've still got wet black paint, I might as well use it all up. So yeah, what I'll do then is I'll finish off these shoulder pads and then start assembling and start doing the next paint, which will be the silver colour, I think. There'll also be a switch of brush because I want to be a bit more precise with that. Because where this is just like a blanket coat doing everything, the silver only needs to be applied in certain areas. Right, final two. That's the shoulder pads all done. Well, I got paint still wet though. I kind of want to do the plasma gun. Because that, I think that does look really cool. I do need that base coat. Everything else on here still. I do the mace as well, and they're not going to use it. I've got wet paint still, so I might as well try and use it up. Arm stuff done. Right, let's leave that there then. I don't need to worry about the shoulder pads just yet. So I can leave all of those, have the base coat dry, and just focus on doing what I've got here for now. But to begin with, I've got the leg to stick on. Tiny bit of glue on there. Just leave that to dry, and that will go onto there. And then that's one of the hands, so I need the arms as well. Okay, I'm going to do some cleanup on that, and a bit of extra base coating. I've actually taken a bit too much material off there and cut it off. So I can kind of file it down smooth, or smooth enough. Some paint onto it just to base coat it, and then we'll see. We'll see what that's like when it dries. Avia is like, is in a place where I think you're really going to notice it. That's already firm, so I don't want to get that on yet. Or I might actually, I think I'll get some paint on first. In which case, I think it's probably best to move this onto the base. That's why I'm here. Let's have a look at how it compares to the Skitarii Alpha. So yeah, his head kind of comes up to, actually let's, yeah, the head of the Skitarii Alpha pretty much just comes up to where the neck is, maybe it's like under the chin of the Chaos Space Marine. So even though I think in the lore, Chaos Space Marines, or just Astartes in general, are supposed to be a lot taller than regular people, it's still good that they've at least got the size difference in. Let's see how. another brush to tiny bit of water just to water it down. I think, so I've been using the number 2 brush so far, just to do all my base coating. I think I'm going to switch to the 2/0. Going to be a much smaller, much finer bristle. Not as fine as the 5/0, which is like my really detailed one. I'll leave that there because I'm going to try possibly to do a as a strike pattern on it. I think that's probably going to be quite challenging. I do want to at least try. So sweaty, I'm sticking to everything that I'm resting my arm at the moment. Picked up the instruction booklet. So I'm doing the interiors of these silver and then like a raised edging. So that's going to go gold. Boots are I think just all silver with maybe a black base. I have to get the light in there to see what I'm doing. It's going to be quite challenging. Got a strap on there, so we'll just do it all silver and do another layer on top later that's just for the strap. Yeah, that's silver on the black of the between the legs. Like the ribbing that goes between them. I was looking over the weekend, or during the week actually, at alternative water slide decals, specifically for things like squad markings. I'm debating whether to go for them, so I can get like Roman numeral water slides I can just put on because I'm not that good at painting stuff like that. That's definitely an option that I could go for. I'm not sure if I am yet. Almost done with his first coat then. Looking like I will be in need of a second one. Took off some of the things on the shoe there. Do some more of these bottom bits here. So already that's looking pretty good actually. I was worried the silver that I've chosen might be a bit too light. I think it's actually going to turn out okay. So I think it's quite similar in tone to my original Iron Warriors army. So I think that was a fairly light silver as well. Obviously the angle I'm trying to see from is not always the best one for doing things on camera. Trying to be conscious of making it look good on camera, but also trying to do a decent job of this. So yeah, I guess I'll get his arm done. Let's go with some black to touch up some of the areas like the joints between parts, because the ribbings are supposed to be black still. I've gone over a little bit on some of them. with this silver as well. What I think is to the hands, the plate on the hand silver, and then leave the fingers black. If I can, anyway. You're very fiddly. You're running out of the silver paint. Okay. I'll leave that for now. Just let that dry. Let's get one of the silver done. Well, I think it's pretty much dry, so not quite. Bit more silver out, and then water it down a bit more. Alright, let's do another cut of silver then. To help solidify things a bit. I have to go over this area later off camera, just with a bit more finer eye for detail, just to make sure I've got all the right places covered. If you have no straps in there, it makes it really difficult to know where I should be painting and shouldn't be painting. Yeah, they're looking a lot better now. Smoother coverage wise, a lot richer colour wise. I think I'm confused again. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. Look at that. Much better coverage there. To be fair, actually, his arms already come out really good. A few spots to go back over, but this has actually come out really well already. The base is silver on the other side for the pistol. Quite dry now. Our brush is nice and clean. I think I'll do my next colour. Make a start on the yellow. which is very, very watery. To be fair, this army painted yellow is just, the consistency is always terrible, I've found. Got 2 bottles of it and I think they're both terrible. So I'm definitely going to be looking at some Vallejo yellow on this one. Or at least try to base coat yellow on here. Try and get them as thick as possible just so it hopefully dries as solidly as possible. Not particularly hopeful though. What I've got to decide now is basically what colour to do this bit here. So I'll grab this. It looks like this is all done in like a reddish colour, which I think does kind of work. So they've got different legionary options here. Oh, so the Iron Warriors, they've gone for like a bone colour, which I think actually will be really best. Here it is, it's decision between mummy robes and skeleton bone. I think I might try mummy robes. Let's get my next colour out. Well, there's way too much actually. Didn't need anywhere near that much. Let's get some fresh water for this one actually. Maybe water this one down again. And immediately make the water opaque. Use the 2-0 again. I suppose like the silver's still a little bit wet. Oh, it's very runny. Almost as bad as the yellow. Not quite that bad, but definitely a struggle to get it to stay down. This is easily going to be a couple of coats. I think the yellow might be ready for another coat. Definitely going to be a struggle to get this yellow on properly. I really don't know what's wrong with these paints. Like I said, I've had two of these yellow army painted ones now and they've both been just this runny. So we've got some silver left. Touch up this arm with. So we need to get in there with some black as well, just to touch up the ribbing between around the elbow. Otherwise they'll think that's actually kind of done. Okay, I think I'm ready for another layer of the mummy robe now. And to be fair, I think that is actually a bit light. So I might switch over to the whatever the other one, skeleton bone. A bit too much on those holes that are in the cloak that will be covered up with paint. There we go, that's bursting. Most times actually to do one layer of the skeleton bone and then let's see how that darkens it. Tiny little bit of water, there's only a small amount. Even that was a lot. I think I'm going to do a bit more just so it's not so watery. Seems to be better. That's not quite dry yet. Yellow is. So we'll do a bit more of that. That's starting to go on a bit more solid now. And then with the colour, it's patchy in a couple of places, but yeah, it's starting together. I think I'm not losing too much detail on that. I would have thought just slathering it all on thickly would have caused it to lose the detail, but it seems that all the water in there is evaporating and causing the paint to pull into the details, which is exactly what you want. Last time the paint on this just to move it around and have it so thick in places. I'll hopefully have to dry a lot faster as well, so I can get my darker coat on. See a couple of places I've missed on the silver. We'll do a bit more on that. That's where the power pack's going to go. I'm actually really looking forward to getting the four wheel bits because I think once it's all together it's going to look really good. Okay, that's dry enough. I think I can get the bone layer on. Which is actually going a lot better. Coverage on this sword is looking a lot smoother. Actually, I think this colour is a lot better. Yeah, look at that. That's way better as a colour. Okay, let's go with that then. To be fair, I think that's all I need. I think one coat might just do it. So basically once I put that on, that's going to look something like that. Obviously I still have to do all the gold trim. You can start to see how that's going to actually look now. Speaking of the gold trim, I might as well make a start on that. I'm kind of worried with this because I'm pretty sure the gold one is one of the most watery paints I've got. Actually, it's not too bad. It's only a bit of water. I think that might be okay. I think for this, let's break out the little guns. I'm going for the 5-0 brush to handle this because I need to be really fine now with where I actually place this. There's definitely going to be a couple of coats. Already, even though it's just a faint layer, you can start to see the Iron Warrior coming out. Gold trim is what is making it. Now get to the tricky part. So I do the inside where it's kind of hard to see. I think that's just got it right. Oh, that really makes a difference. Even just the first coat actually really sells that. Try and do the insides again. It's kind of hard to see. Apologies if the camera's not picking up where I'm painting too well, but I'm really struggling to actually see where I'm painting at the moment. I do think it's paint that bottom line gold as well. Just to offset it. Oh, but yeah, look at that. Hopefully the camera's picking it up really well. So what have I got on here? They're recommending black for the straps and then gold for the actual details in the middle, so I might as well go with that. Yeah, I don't really need to go and touch up on the black. Yeah, all the detail done there. And actually, I can get this done as well. Might be the size on this is one of the most challenging parts. especially where it's kind of like mismatched painted on some parts and not others. It's hard to actually see where the sides even are. There we go. That's looking good. I think I can do another bit of gold detail on the top here. Again, it's hard to see because there's all the straps in the way, so it's hard to tell what needs to go gold and what needs to stay. I wear a bit there, quite a lot actually. Hold on, I'm going to pause our camera just to see quick. This is a very fiddly part. Be very precise. What I might just do, even though I'll probably have to go over it again, and get the gold on here just so I can see how it's actually looking. The yellow is actually making it really hard to see where I need to paint. It's actually, there's not enough shadows on it for me to actually pick up where the raised edges are that I'm supposed to be painting on. Okay, well that's now that done. Yeah, I need to do a bit more yellow on that. So I'll pick up the 2-0 again. Yeah, already going straight over the goal that I've just done. What I might have to do is off camera, because I think I'll be finishing this tonight. Probably go and touch up a few more layers on the yellow and yeah, get it looking a lot better. I get a lot more solid. Yeah, we pick up on another stream, finishing these off. The only reason I wasn't able to get as far as on the last one as well, partly because I only had half the time. Spent 4.5 hours on the last 40k stream. That's why I've only done 2. And then also spent the first 35 minutes or so basically coating a load of the parts. So that definitely didn't help either. You know, I can get a bit more. Another cut on this, I think. Yeah, I'm going to leave this here for tonight. And then what I'll probably do off camera, get some more solid coats on this. I'll finish off the paint scheme that I've done so far. So next time, probably the week after next, I want to get more of the Sea King done. I'll alternate week by week now. And yeah, so the next stream, we'll be basically doing the hazard stripes on here. Touching up all the black parts, doing a bit more detail, then gluing this all together. Trying to get into the next stage. By then the heads and the shoulder pads should have arrived. So I'll be able to get on with the actual Iron Warriors detail conversion. On there for now. I think I get a good idea of what it's going to look like. I didn't realise I haven't done any silver on. You know what? Got. Oh, I've barely got silver left. That's fine, I can touch that one up off stream as well. So there he's getting an initial coat on. Yeah, I'll touch all of that up. Get it all solid and a good foundation. Probably touch up all the gold parts that I did as well, just get them a lot smoother, a lot more solid. And then, yeah, after that, just continue on building the champion and then get on with more of the warriors after. So, streaming schedule for next week. back on Monday doing a coding stream. So I've got a couple more things to play around with over the weekend for the prototype for my AI assistant. But on Monday I should be in a good position to be able to get that done. Wednesday we'll be back playing more Dawn of War 2, continuing on with the campaign. Thursday will be the Seeking stream again. So move this out of the way. That is where we got to last time. As you glued in all the underside details. So a few more touch-ups on the paint, and then just continue on with getting more details on. So doing the canopy, get the door, and everything on. So yeah, that's kind of where I am and what I'll be doing. So stream will be the same time as usual, 8 PM UK time. So yeah, that's what's to come. So thanks for watching if you made it this far, and I will see you next time. Get set up to switch scenes. There you go. Yep, I will see you in the next one.